So in this next discussion here, we're going to talk about angles on the unit circle, what the word coterminal or equivalent angles means. So two angles that are coterminal are coterminal, if they're equivalent angles on the unit circle from 0 to 2 pi. So you might have an angle that has gone around the unit circle more than 2 pi, but when you reduce that to just that first cycle of the unit circle, they would be equivalent angle measures. So we have a couple different situations going on here. The first example gives us 15 pi over 6, which you'll notice that is not on your unit circle, but 15 pi over 6 can be reduced to an angle on the unit circle. So let me give you sort of my Mr. Warner's kind of cheater way to do this. And typically what I tell students is this, this is 0 and this is 1 pi, and then back over here is 2 pi. So our beginning point, 0 or 2 pi, that's even. Those are even numbers. So we'll reference that. Okay. Over here, 1 pi, that's odd. And if I kept going around, it'd be 3 pi, 4 pi, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pi. You get the idea. They're all even numbers. These are all odd numbers. That will help us when determining what this 15 pi over 6 is coterminal with. So the first step that I'm going to teach you to do is to take your 15 and divide it by 6. See how many whole times that denominator goes into 15, which is 2. So this is the old-fashioned way to multiply. Okay, so I end up getting I'm getting 2 whole times, and then I get a remainder of 3, so 3/6. Now you got to think about that, what that's going to reduce to. So what this does is this tells me where to start on my unit circle, and then this tells me how much further to go, 3/6 more, which is a half. Okay, so if I go up here and I start even, 2 is an even number, so I start on the even side, and I go a half more, okay, that would be right here, pi over 2. So 15 pi over 6 is equivalent to pi over 2. So anytime you have an angle that's bigger than 2 pi, this is the method we want to use. Divide your fraction, come up with a starting point. Even numbers start here on the right, odd numbers would start over here on the left, and then the remainder tells you how much farther to go. Okay, so 3/6 more. So pi over 6 is 1/6. Okay, 2 pi over 6 is 1/3, so that's 2/6. 3 pi over 6 is a half, so that's pi over 2. That is the equivalent or the coterminal angle. Next, the other situation that we could come across is if we have a negative angle, so negative 4 pi over 3. Now this is a little bit easier, and what I will encourage you to do is find the positive angle first, because everybody can do that. That's recognition. So you look at your unit circle. Okay, you determine where is positive 4 pi over 3, right here. Okay, positive 4 pi over 3. Now, think back to graphing in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. And in graphing in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, when you had a negative sign out in front, what did that do to your picture? What did that do to your parabola? If you're saying reflected it, good idea. It reflected it across the x-axis. So find your 4 pi over 3 positive, reflect that angle across the x-axis, and that will tell you what the negative angle equivalent is. So 2 pi over 3 would be the coterminal angle to negative 4 pi over 3.